What's going on, Paisanos? V here. Come at you guys. Well, with a bit of an update about the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game Banlist. Now, I want to say something real clear out the gate because a lot of people are complaining about this, but this is a good thing. And in this video, I'm going to explain why it's good to wait for the Banlist to come out. People want the Banlist out today. They're worried about the current meta. And to be honest with you, this meta is almost over. You might have to wait a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, but we're about to enter a really oppressive meta, and I believe Konami is preemptively holding their breath as far as seeing what comes out with Justice Hunters. Justice Hunters is going to make Vanquish Soul K9 the best deck in the game, hands down. Now, if you look at the OCG, they have some cards to kind of combat that. But here in the TCG, we don't have Max C. Look at the current Yu-Gi-Oh metagame right now. A lot of people are upset about whatever the best deck is. You could say it's Mitsurugi Raizio, you could say it's Malice, you could say it's Vanquish Souls, you could say it's Lunalights, but one thing we can all agree on, there are still a lot of decks in the game, and the majority of these decks have Silver Bullet cards, which has shut them down. There's not many cards to shut down Vanquish Souls K9, and that is going to be a problem. Konami made this announcement earlier. They said, Duelists, please note the Forbidden and Limited List update won't be for a while. Adjustment will be made sometime after this year's Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Game World Championship, which happens around August. Stay tuned. The reason they're doing this is because Konami is waiting, once again, for the release of Justice Hunters and see what it does in the competitive metagame. Vanquish Soul K9 will be the best deck, I promise you. They run this card, which they can easily go into. Number 67, Paradise Smasher, which, by the way, got a reprint in Justice Hunters. So anyone playing Vanquish Soul K9 has easier access to this freaking card. It says, for 2 level 5 monsters, by the way, you want to do 3. Once returned during the main phase 1, you can attach 2 materials from this card. Each player rolls a 6-sided dice twice, and the player with the highest roll cannot activate monster effects, nor declare attacks until the end of the next turn. Once per turn, why this card has material, if a player rolled a die or dice, you can treat one of those dice as a result of 7. So if this has material, like a level 5 monster underneath it, and you can attach 2 and it still has it, you can make one of your dice rolls a 7. So if you roll a 6 and literally anything else, that's a 7. Your opponent can now not beat you. I don't know the math. I believe someone said it was like around like 93% chance of you just winning the dice roll. This is an insanely broken card. This is a card that can easily be made in Vanquish Soul K9 consistently. Now, this is only one of many problems, and you might go, wait a minute, V, I can just out this card, I just impermanent, right? Well, Vanquish Soul can just play Season of Valius, and if they have an Earth, Fire, Dark, they can destroy one other card on the field. So, they'll make Season of Valius, go into this, activate it, and the minute you chain Imperm, they're going to pop their own card, because as long as they win the dice roll, you can't play. And it's really easy because they can also get rid of the Season of Valius by going to Heavy Borger. Oh, they can also burn you in time because Heavy Borger says inflict 1500 damage. I mean, you should know this already, but for those who don't know this, Vanquish Soul will always win in time. Always, forever, the end of story. They will win in time against you. Their turn, you're taking 15, and then when it's your turn, you're taking 15, and if they activate the Vanquish Soul Snow Devil, you're taking another 18 in the face. Yeah. That too. Vanquish Soul will literally, on your turn, tell you you've taken 48, but continue playing the game. Really easy to do, by the way. Another card which hasn't been given much light is Artifact Durandar, which is a really good card. Once again, 2 level 5 monsters. That's all it takes to make this card. That's it. 2 level 5. And for 2 level 5 monsters, all this is going to say is, once your opponent adds any card from their deck to the hand, all this card's going to do is go, okay, chain Durandal, and then draw you. No one gets cards, but it doesn't matter because I'll have buys on board, and you don't. And if you have an Artifact Durandal plus on a Vanquish Soul and maybe the field spell, which is really easy to do, yeah, you have no cards in hand. I have Durandal, Vanquish Soul, and a field spell, which is guaranteed another Vanquish Soul monster. Minimal. Not forgetting the fact that I can make a Vanquish Soul Link, which is going to bounce any Vanquish Soul monster from my graveyard back to my hand. So I basically have full combo, and you don't. Once again, we have to wait for the Banlist. Konami should preemptively hit this card and this card, but will they? Who knows? Vanquish Soul can also run Dimension Shifter. In case anyone forgot about this card, it is a one-of, but Vanquish Soul can easily run this card because they don't really care about their graveyard as much as you would think. So this could be seen in Vanquish Soul Canine as well, because let's be honest with you, I go Shifter, I just make Paradise, and then what are you gonna do? Go Shifter, make Durandal, have fun searching. We'll see how that works out for you. This is a broken card, and this is a broken deck running a bunch of broken cards. Mind you, Vanquish Souls had a pretty good showing compared to the ratio of people that entered for NAWCQ. Pure Vanquish Souls. Not talking about, well, the K9 stuff we're about to get. So once again, when Konami says, hold up on the ban list, that's fine, Konami. Take your time. Just make sure to hit the right cards, because we have a massive deal with the competitive metagame. And players don't know it because they're still bitching about Malice or Mitsurizio. Dude, Malice might still be around a bit. It won't be as strong as, well, Vanquish Soul K9, but it'll still be, I consider a tier 1 deck. Mitsurizio, I don't know how that's going to see play. Mitsurizio already struggles against Vanquish Soul K9, Vanquish Souls. When Vanquish Soul K9 comes out, Mitsurizio simply cannot play. All Konami has to do is hit the quick play spell card of Mitsurugi, and yeah, that deck's basically dead. We don't have to worry about that. It gets phased out. If you're talking about a bunch of other cards in the competitive metagame, well, the issue with a bunch of all those cards is none of them really matter when you can't activate them with this fucking card, which you can make so simply in this deck. None of it matters when I'm going to get rid of your hand and look at you and go, my turn now? You have nothing in your hand. Is it my go? By the way, end phase heavy Borger take 15 to the face. Because burning is a thing in this game, and 1500 is a crazy amount of damage just by showing Earth and Fire monster, which is that can easily get into. Don't forget the little cute thing of just going shift, look at your opponent going, what are you gonna do now? Shifter. You bet. Hey, listen, mouse players, you better learn how to play on the shifter. Not saying that's really hard to do, but if you don't know the lines, you can make a really dog shit board, and making a bad board against Vanquish Soul K9 is signing your own death warrant. Now, I understand that YuGiOh pretty upset. Everyone's doing to throw up emojis. Everyone's really upset. And, you know, rightfully so. We want our balance. We want it as soon as possible. We want it today. I get it. I get it. I want the balance as well. But I want a correct balance in which Konami can understand the fact that Vanquish Soul K9 making Paradise Smasher is unhealthy for the game. Vanquish Soul K9 going Durandal, ripping your hand away is ridiculous. These are two problematic cards which Vanquish Soul K9 can easily go into turn 1. And there's not many things you can do to stop these cards as well, because Caesar will prevent it. You have to preemptively activate a card to hit Paradise Smasher. And let's be honest with you, with Vanquish Soul going into their full combo line, they're just gonna, Vanquish Soul K9, they're just gonna laugh at you as you're throwing hand traps at them, trying to figure out what to stop them. I think the first week of the release of Justice Hunters, those who prepared with Vanquish Soul K9 is going to dominate. It's not gonna be even a clear, a decent matchup. It is going to be a slaughter, and Konami knows this. Now, you might go, wait a minute, V. I can play Chummies. Chummies is still going to be a really good deck, and I think you're right. I think they're going to be a great deck. I would argue they're tier 1 as well. In fact, I would argue Dracotail's tier 1, but that's for another video. But Chummies, I think they're going to be tier 1, no doubt in my mind. But it doesn't matter, because Vanquish Souls, K9, if they go first, you can't win. And that's the point. If they go second and they open something and they're going second cards, you still cannot win. That also is the point as well. So I think Vanquish Soul is heavily favored. I do think Chummies, if Vanquish Soul didn't exist, we'd be talking about Chummies being the best deck. And the clear best deck, by the way. But no, I think Vanquish Soul K9 is the reason why Konami is saying, let's slow down the ban list. Let's hold up on that ban list, because we don't know how bad this is going to get. And by the way, YuGiOh players, if you tested Vanquish Soul K9, you know how bad this is going to be. You're not worried about Malice. You're not worried about any of the meta decks right now in the game at all. They don't even bother you. They're not even a thought in your mind, the current meta game. Because Vanquish Soul K9 is going to be a massive problem that Konami has to rectify immediately. And it's not that hard. Just hopefully they'll do the correct thing and hit the proper cards. So Vanquish Soul K9 can still be a tier 1 deck, but leave room for other decks to play in the current meta game. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Let me know what deck you're going to be playing, because, don't get me wrong, I'm going to play all these decks, but man, it's really hard to play something else when the best deck is just so unbelievably oppressive. Turn 0. It's your boy V, and you boys also have a great day.